How could you forget something so basic, Clara? Emily would never be so careless. Beatrice's sharp tones sliced through the soft whir of the kitchen fan, her words tightening around me like a noose. I paused mid-stir, fingers clutching the wooden spoon tighter as a familiar tension gripped my chest. The soup simmered gently on the stove, its scent filling the air, yet all I could taste was the bitterness in her voice. My name is Clara Mason. I'm 32, a nurse, and for the last 3 weeks, I've also been the full-time caregiver for my recovering mother. After Beatrice's surgery last month, I moved into her home, balancing long hospital shifts with sleepless nights at her side. I did it not out of obligation, but because it felt like the right thing, something that might ease the years of cold distance between us. But no matter how much I gave, it always felt like I wasn't enough, my efforts overshadowed by Emily, the golden child. She breezed in once a week, posed for a picture, and left just as quickly, yet somehow she always walked away with all the credit. My throat tightened as I searched for a response, but the words I wanted to say pricked in my chest like thorns. Beatrice turned back to the table, muttering under her breath, her disapproval spreading through the room like fog. Emily, as usual, was nowhere to be seen. She was already late for her weekly appearance, yet Beatrice spoke of her as if she were the one Hirledelinhan, meeting every need. Careless. That word twisted in my stomach like a blade. I'd put everything on hold for 3 weeks, canceled plans, traded shifts, even skipped my anniversary dinner with Ben to be here. And for what? To be called careless, over salt. Emily could float in for an hour, snap a photo beside Beatrice's bed, and leave with praise I'd never earn. I stared into the pot, my hand trembling slightly as I stirred. Anger bubbled beneath the surface. It wasn't just Beatrice's words, was the smug ease with which Emily carried herself during those visits. Always perfectly timed and always perfectly framed to present the image of a devoted daughter. She knew I wouldn't challenge her, at least, not until now. Just as I opened my mouth to defend myself, the front door creaked open. Emily walked in, heels clicking on the hardwood. Smells good in here, she chirped, holding a bouquet in one hand and her phone in the other, like she just dropped by to spread a little sunshine. Her eyes brushed over me too briefly, then settled on Beatrice with a smile. How's my favorite patient today? She cooed, leaning in to kiss her mother's cheek. Beatrice's face lit up instantly, her earlier annoyance with me vanishing like smoke. Emily, sweetheart, you're just in time, she beamed. I was telling Clara how important the little things are, not that she understands, she added, her eyes flicking back to me. Emily placed the flowers on the counter with a soft laugh. Oh, Mom, I'm sure Clara's trying her best, she said sweetly. She turned to me, still smiling. Don't worry, Clara. Taking care of Mom isn't easy. I've been learning that too. I clenched my jaw, words on the tip of my tongue, but Emily was already reaching for her phone, preparing for the next photo op. She posed with Beatrice, leaning in with that camera-ready smile. Just want to capture these precious moments, she said lightly, as if she hadn't just hijacked all the work I'd done to hold things together. Beatrice sighed, clearly content. It's so lovely having both my girls here, she said, her gaze resting on Emily. Though I must admit, always knows how to make me feel special. My grip on the ladle tightened. Both her girls. Special. I had spent night after night waking up to shift her position, prepare her meds. make sure she was comfortable while Emily's so-called efforts were filtered snapshots and empty promises. Mom, Emily began, her voice breezy. I was thinking of bringing you that herbal tea you love next week. From that cute shop downtown. I've just been swamped at work, but I'll make the time. Oh, Emily, that sounds wonderful, Beatrice gushed. You're always so thoughtful. I couldn't stop myself. Thoughtful. The word came out sharper than I intended. Both women turned to me. She drops in once a week, takes a few selfies, and leaves, I said. Meanwhile, I've been here every single day making sure you're okay. Emily's smile didn't falter in fact, it grew big. Her eyes turned cold. Clara, she said in that infuriatingly calm voice, I didn't realize this was a competition. We're all doing what we can in our own way, some more than others, I muttered, turning back to the stove. The tension in the room thickened, but I wasn't going to let her have the last word, and yet, the second it left my mouth, regret followed. Even though I was right, I hated that I'd stooped to saying it out loud as if I was keeping score. That night, I escaped to the guest room, sinking onto the bed with my phone already in hand. Ben answered on the second ring. Hey, everything okay? No, I blurted. Ben, I'm exhausted. I've done everything for your mom, and she doesn't even see it. Emily shows up for 10 minutes with flowers and a fake smile, and suddenly she's the perfect daughter. Ben sighed. Clara, you know how she is? She's always been like that. You can't take it personally. I know she's always been like this, I snapped, then soft, but that doesn't make it any easier. Ben's voice quieted with concern. Maybe it's time to take a break. You've done more than enough. Why don't you come home for a while? Let Emily step in for once. I miss you, and you need rest. His words caught me off guard, loosening the knot in my chest. The idea of going home, of sleeping in my own bed beside Bennett, was almost too tempting. But then I thought of Beatrice. Guilt crept back in. I don't know, I said. What if she needs me? She managed, Ben replied gently. You've been more than generous. Clara, it's okay to put yourself first for once. We lived 2 hours away, in a small apartment we'd called home for 5 years. When Beatrice's surgery was scheduled, I'd offered to move in. Ben would have joined, but his job was at a crucial point. He checked in every day, always asking how I was holding up. I sighed, gripping the phone tighter. I miss you, and I'm tired, but I just... I can't walk away. Not yet. There was a pause before Ben said, I get it. You could even, if she doesn't show it. Just think about it, okay? I'll think about it, I said softly. It felt like the only thing I could promise